not, but looks like we're ready to go ahead and kick things off. RunAway versus Foxes. This one could lock RunAway in. Again, if you're just joining us, any victory, any scoreline should lock RunAway into that first place spot. They will have plenty of time to prepare versus Kongdu Panthera, who have looked better. They looked very strong in our first series here on the day. But going up against RunAway, it's definitely about as tough of a matchup as they could hope for. Audience still spilling in, getting their seats ready to go here. As the RunAway fans are showing up on a Monday night in Seoul.
Yep, it's pretty standard Monday night Overwatch here. Very good match we've got for our second one. We run into this one. Stitch running the Reaper. There's another hero I forgot to list earlier when I talked about his flexibility. It's going to be the Reaper comp here with Reinhardt. We've seen so much on Lijiang, especially on this map and on Control Tower. But he gets control of the point first, which means it's going to be difficult for Fox's dive to break through here. The tanks are going to have the toughest time. And they're just going to let this go right over to RunAway right now.
Yeah, Swap's going to be coming down. Dawson is going to be flipping over to that Sombra, and Adora will be running the Genji instead. So first cap just going to be handed off as they look for a better composition here to try to get the retake. For now, Stitch pushing up here into the choke, looking for those hits in onto the Winston. Actually, he's just going to ignore that here for the moment. Bumble's got to get out of there, but he can't do it. Hoxall able to spray him down mid-lane.
That was mostly Hoxall doing the damage there. You can tell by his EMP charge. And Stitch didn't build much from this, but they maintain control of the point. They stagger the respawns. That's what this is all about. You have Adora here, going to get caught and taken out. Hoxall on the hunt. Bumper overextends, though.
Yeah, he's all on its lonesome there, doesn't have the shield up. He gets taken down, maybe a bit of an opening here for the side of the Foxes as they try to get this flip. Stitch firing away, going to be finding Saucin. Needs to avoid getting hacked out, will not do so. Just sitting into the coalescence here at the moment. He tries to knock Stan out of that mech, will be able to do so as the hack comes down. Stitch now going to be under fire, and Pummel goes forward, finishes him off there with the leap. But still, Foxes struggling to get this take here on the point. They manage to take down Twilight, Bumper falls as well. It seems like they should be able to get this flip in the end. 50% accrued here for RunAway.
This was mostly the mistake of Bumper overextending. He tried to come back onto the point. They lost control of it once he went down there because he was so far forward. Sajin didn't have to use the EMP, so they get an ult advantage even against the Coalescence coming out from RunAway. Shocking the Bucks are still running a Moira-less comp. Oh man, Bumper with the Primal.
Yeah, just knocking Bumper straight off, and he goes down first, which means that that's going to be the abandonment there on the push. RunAway have to wait a little bit longer here.
They need to get a position for Stitch and Bumper to find value, but it's so difficult when Saucin's constantly looking for the flanks with the EMPs. Very much a slow and clunky composition here for RunAway, so it's really easy for the dive to come to the backline, kill the supports, or just get a massive EMP like this one.
That's going to be the hack coming in. EMP tossed in by Saucin. He goes low, has to jump away with the translocator. Adora spamming away. He's going to get hacked out as well as Hoxall uses his own EMP. Kill comes through onto Stan. Adora makes it back in onto the point in time. He's dashing his way, making sure he doesn't get knocked off the map. Dragonblade's going to come through. He's going to be low. Manages to find Slime. A Bumper is able to go ahead. Slime step down. Shatter comes down, catches a couple members. They'll charge forward. They'll get that flip. 60% there for the Foxes. They lose out on numerous ultimates. Now they have to push into a RunAway that has Death Blossom up.
They have the Death Blossom. They have the positional advantage. Bumper needs to make sure not to overextend. He just wants to build Earth Shatter percentage right now. But if he goes too far forward, he will be killed and caught as he was before. So he needs to sit back on the point. Play their strengths. Play to Stitch's Reaper. Look at his flank position here.
Oh yeah, he's going to be ready to go. Hack comes down. Death Blossom going to be welcomed in. Stan will fall. It is just going to be a slaughter. Stan can't do anything. No way to deny the damage, and need even use that Transcendence at the end of it all. Now they're going to be reliant pretty much on Oporochi with the sound barrier to guide the Foxes in.
Cool bait by RunAway, standing way far out of the point, but having Stitch in the corner. Hoxall gets the hack on the Diva, means they're going to be able to do massive damage with that Death Blossom. That was perfect coordination there by RunAway. Very impressive operation there.
And just a bit of a panic mode there from the side of Need, using that Transcendence. They needed that to get in onto the point. Now the sound barrier is going to come out from both sides, but Pummels already been taken down, and here the Primal Raid's ready to go. Bumper will get executed here. Even through the Coalescence, cannot keep him up. EMP thrown down. On the hunt is Hoxall looking for the finish. Can't take him down, but now OT going to be taken away. And it's all on RunAway to just go ahead and gatekeep the members of Foxes out of the point. Dream members still dead, several of them low. Need going down, joining them in the grave. And Overwatch dashes off the point, can't make it back in time. And RunAway will go ahead and take Night Market 160.
Very much a setup there where the first time Bumper died, it was because he was being greedy, trying to build up ult charge. He had 40% or so when he did end up dying the first time. That ended up causing the flip for Foxes. But the second time he set up there with everyone right behind him, it looked kind of silly he would be out there looking for ult percentage that far away. Looked like a juicy opportunity for the Foxes to come in and snipe him, and any tanks that come to peel for him. Well, that was the setup they were looking for with the hack on the Diva into that Death Blossom. Don't see things like that every day in competitive Overwatch, but RunAway is able to set this up. Very well done. Good trap there. Now we're going to move into a more mobile composition. As this map goes, it's going to not be the Widowmaker this time, but is going to be just the Tracer Sombra, the more meta comp. Twilight on the Moira, though, versus Need, sticking with that Zenyatta.
Also interesting that we're not going to see any Pharah coming out. Thought maybe Sassen would try to run that one, given the openness here of Gardens. And given his excellent play on that pick, I'm not going to be seeing it yet. Instead, deep dive coming through from Stitch, going straight up into the bases of the Foxes, and he takes down Stan. Slime and Bumper, however, will go down. Now he's looking for Need. Can't quite finish him off, but gets a lot of damage in onto the Zenyatta and will be traded back as Need just throws those orbs out and cuts down the Tracer. First cap comes through for the Foxes.
That's why they're running Need on the Zenyatta, because he's going to allow more burst damage for them that Moira just doesn't have. And Need is so accurate. He was the MVP for the Foxes in their series against O2 Ardian. Very much an aggressive Zenyatta player, so accurate with the right clicks and the left.
Hoxall, he's going to get hacked out here, has to try to cut his way back. Coalescence comes through, helps keep him alive, keeps everybody up here on the bridge, in fact, and Need uses that Transcendence to match.
Dora with the misplay here, does fall
back,
off.
EMP comes through there from the side of Hoxall. Sassen as well, I believe, using his, but they are going to come up short on that one. Foxes losing out very much so here in this fight. Hack comes onto Overwatch. He hits the ground, he goes into the ground actually, and Foxes will lose that point. Flip comes through, RunAway now moving up, just trying to match that 32%.
Yeah, Need using the Transcendence a little bit early there. I'm not entirely sure how Adora died, but it was a suicide, obviously. Very likely just either blinked off the side or timed his recall into a weird place. But they end up getting this flip here. They've got control and they have the ult advantage right now. Pulse looking for a kill. You're not going to happen. Adora finds Twilight. That's no more healing.
They could pick up a Pumble. He uses the Primal Rage. The self-destruct from Jono actually immediately takes him down. Now Sound Barrier out from RunAway. Looking to maintain control.
He's insane with this Zenyatta.
Jono gonna get picked off, but Stitch manages to go ahead and trade back there onto the Divas. Bumper taken down as well. As Jono is just spamming away, trying to make his way back in. Stitch flicks to the side, manages to get Need in the end. The flip still has not come through here for the Foxes, desperately trying it. They'll go ahead and jump off the side. So far, looks like they might be able to get this in the end, but the EMP is gonna be used by Hoxall. There's not that many people to try to follow up in onto the kills. But they're still just buying more time as they continue to tick upward. 55% still going, and Foxes have not been able to obtain this point.
Nope. And here comes the EMP here, but it's not coordinated with the rest of the squad. Sasha's not able to really do anything with this.
Hack comes down for the bubbles there, and Coalescence is just keeping them all topped up. Sassen is just spraying away like a madman. Can't really even see who he's hitting, but they manage to all get Bumper in the end. But Stitch, yet again, is just hounding down this Zenyatta, continuously killing Need over and over again. Door goes forward, now looking for Hoxall, he's low, has the recall available, uses it, Hoxall jumps away with the translocator, but in all of this chaos, RunAway have not surrendered the point. Pulse Bomb will find Bumper, and it seems like finally the Foxes might just be able to win out on this fight, might just be able to get this flip, but it's so close to OT, they have to hold it all the way up.
This is such a win for RunAway. The healers they have, obviously Needs a great Zenyatta, he does a lot of damage, but they just got out-healed. They have so much more sustainability here, so Bumper can do so much more than Pumple can. This ends up being a really slow take, and now RunAway with the ult advantage and nearly a big 6 on the table are just going to look to flip the point here at 100. If Sasha has to use his ult early, they're going to have big problems defending the attack here from RunAway. This could be their moment. They're going to wait and make sure it's perfect.
Hoxall coming around the back. Sassen uses the EMP, and Bumper will go down as Pumple fights him there with that leap. Hoxall jumps back to the side, doesn't get noticed, thankfully, by the Diva there, or else would have just been sending himself to his own grave, but Foxes will be able to maintain control here for the moment, but they're still a long ways away from the victory.
Yeah, they dove so deep there. Need was the target of Haxel. A lot of his DPS was gone. They couldn't get the kill there, so now, you know, they do buy some time. RunAway's got a huge opportunity here. EMP was used by Foxes, so this is their chance to really open this one up.
Haxel uses it. He is just going to be cornered in. Sound barriers out from the side of the Foxes, but it's just not going to be enough. RunAway won the flip, and they want it right the hell now. That's going to be self-destruct invested from the side of Stan, but he can't make it back into the max. They'll get the flip here as Foxes hit 91%. Now all they have to do is gate them out as his OT starts ticking away. Overwatch goes in, Overwatch goes out.
They still have the self-destruct here. It's going to be so easy to stop them from coming. Another good hag.
Stitch doesn't even use the pulse pop, just has him the training there. Onto the head of Sasson, burns him down with the one clip, follows up, helps take down Need. They go in one after the other, but that's exactly how they're going to die. The Foxes swept under the rug as RunAway looked to close out Lijiang Tower with the 2-0. They will be able to do so.
They do, and the real question is, was the Zenyatta pick worth it? I think the answer is no. They didn't have enough healing. You built Transcendence so quickly and had multiple Transcendences throughout those 2 points, but they didn't have the healing that was required to win longer fights. So RunAway was able to, without using ultimates, end up leading that point up to 97% just by buying time repeatedly. After that, they were able to come up with a big 6 push. Haxel didn't get found, as you mentioned, so had a really cool flank angle to come in on the bridge. It was just a disaster after that. Stitch just cleaning up kills left and right, showing us some good Reaper play, good coordination on point 1. And it used to be everyone always pointed fingers to say Haxel is the best player on RunAway. Some would say best Genji in the world, but Stitch is really coming up strong this season as a great hit scan player. It's one of the reasons why RunAway has been so dominant and is potentially about to grab their first place spot in the group. Very, very impressive stuff so far from RunAway.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, where's Foxes going to go? I think Eichenwald is going to be a pretty obvious no for them. Given RunAway's preference, their newfound preference, I should say, for that pick, have been picking up victories on that one. So I think you have to stray away from there, but where do you want to go from that? Do you want to go for something like Nimbani? Do you want to go for Hollywood and allow for Stitch to potentially run the McCree?
You know, it's a tough question as to where you want to go, because also Hollywood's been great for Haxel's newfound love for Junkrat. It says Haxel fighting.
That too.
But as they decide, we're going to look at these fans. There's another Haxel drawing here. These are pretty impressive. Such young fans, talented artists. Maybe one day they'll hang in an art museum, that Haxel drawing there. Who knows?
Get it autographed and then maybe go up in the Overwatch Hall of Fame.
Flower Van here. RunAway sign.
That or she's a fan of RunAway and Blossom simultaneously.
And she just likes flowers, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm leaning towards a Flower Fin fan.
Probably a fan of Flower Fin.
What about the sign with the spots to the left? Polka Dots Y. What's going on with that one?
Where's the runner's sign?
Well, maybe next time.
This is a bunch of people just running around.
There he is.
There he is.
There you go.
Aw.
Just wants to see him again.
I remember that moment. We actually did see Runner here last week. He actually managed to make it out to the games. Wasn't on camera or anything. Was just kind of hovering around in the back rooms, but managed to say hi to us.
Doing his.
So, good to see him. He serves his military time. So.
Doing some secret coaching back there, maybe. Numbani is going to be the map here. This is a map where it's the Fox's best map, realistically. We were talking about what maps you don't want to pick against RunAway. This is not one of those maps, and it's Fox's best control map. They run so well the Mercy Genji comp on this map, building Adora's Dragon Blades to cut through the support line. So Slime needs to be careful tonight as to when that is going to come through and maybe dismantle him. Really do like this map pick a lot for Foxes. They've run this so many times against so many great teams. Their highest win rate map of this map type of hybrid. And now that they've got Pumple here as well to make that dive even stronger, I think it's a very intelligent choice. Let's see how RunAway wants to set up, because Haxel on the Junkrat can still work here and can make it harder for those Dragon Blades to really hit the mark on the supports, because Junkrat is so good at peeling for them. Not as well on this map as it is on Hollywood, obviously, but still, I think it would be smart for Haxel to give it some consideration to the Junkrat pick here.
Well, I'm sure it's racing through his mind. We'll see what these guys are going to piece together as they get ready for the initial defense. Foxes, see how they're going to kick things off on the attack. By the way, Slime, as you were talking about with that Ana, very likely if you see it come through.
안녕하세요.
All right, seems like it's going to be Foxes here on the defense.
Yes, Foxes defend
Elected
first.
attack coming through for RunAway.
They're going to have the Tracer Sombra defense set up here with Orochi on the Ana. So Orochi's the Mercy player on attack, the Ana player on defense. This is his best map. This is where you're going to want to watch the Ana and watch those bio grenades coming through. Huxall going to be on the Genji for attack here. Standard RunAway dive, the 2-2-2. Slime on the Mercy, doing the same sort of attack the Fox has popularized on this map in Contenders Korea. Stitch looking to find Orochi right now. Easy is out of reach, obviously, on the Ana.
Stitch gonna go low, nearly runs out of blinks there, but still makes it back to safety and will get topped up. Inches his way here in onto the point, trying to track down Adora, finds him yet again, and shot comes through, Adora goes low. Doesn't force that recall yet, but Humble, he's gonna be the first one going down. Now Stan is in a pretty rough position. Reflection comes down, he's about half HP as that Orb of Harmony desperately tries to top him back up, but this is looking like just a surrender, a very bloodless surrender onto point A here from the Foxes.
Yeah, they knew they lost positional control once Pumble got eliminated there. Good bio grenade here coming through from Orochi.
Yeah, but now Stan's gonna get knocked out of the mech and he'll get taken down, and that's the cap already completed.
They just didn't want to give too much ult charge over to RunAway. That's why they had a pretty lackluster defense here. Once Pumble was dead, they knew they'd just be feeding ult charge, giving Huxall this quick Dragon Blade. They still gave him 86%. And they're just completely getting zoned out by this team right now. It's just a solo push on the cart, but still. This is not a good look for Foxes as they are down on ultimates here. Huxall is looking for this massive Dragon Blade now. They did use the Valkyrie, but that's it. Huxall pulling it early. He's coming over.
Yeah, Transcendence comes through immediately here, trying to get his way through that healing, but just cannot do it. Comes back around the front. We'll get the pop out there onto Stan's mech. Otherwise, not going to be finding a whole lot of anything. He'll get hacked out and tries his way away from the Winston. Now trying to answer with a little bit of damage now that he is dashes back up and available. Cart's still going to be moving forward, and Pumble will go down to the end. Self-destruct takes out Orochi. 4 members dead on the side of the Foxes as Sasan desperately tries to build up for that EMP. Has to jump away with the translocator, and Need, which is way too far forward. He's going to stagger himself,
yeah,
and RunAway are going to gain so much distance on this cart.
This was such a good defense at first where they had the Transcendence, they used it early to nullify the Dragon Blade, but they weren't able to collapse in and get kills. They were down on ultimates in general in the first place, and Huxall, even though he didn't really pop off there, they lost the healing war there. Huxall just completely oblivious to everything else. He's just harassing, building for another Dragon Blade. No one is touching him, no one is dealing with him.
Yeah, doesn't really need to worry about too much of anything here. Humber will get taken down, Adora finding that one, throws down that pulse bomb. For the damage hit, but otherwise not a whole lot. John nearly popped out of the mech, but it seems like he'll be able to stay alive. Stitch just goes ahead and assassinates Need on the back end. Rez comes through, brings Bumper back into the fight, and Huxall just dashes his way to 2 more kills, takes down Orochi and Adora. Now he's going to be looking for Pumble.
He's going to get
he is just in such a rough spot. He'll go down, another stagger, another Dragon Blade ready to go. RunAway looking to go ahead and take this game very cleanly.
They won the point A with the first push. They denied Orochi from doing much. RunAway's got full control of this map. They've had the ult lead all the time. Pumble wasted his primary in the last fight, then got staggered. They need to regroup and get ready for a strong defense here. And I think probably need to switch Orochi off of the Mercy, but they just never really had a chance to regroup because the RunAway team is not backing down, coming in here, diving and getting these kills.
Now finds the hit here onto Knees, trying to force out that Transcendence. If not just gonna kill, will be able to do so here in the end as the Discord Orb comes down. Bumper gonna get focus fired. They will go ahead and take him down, but they got the support ultimate. That's exactly what they wanted here from that push. Pulse bomb from Adora will find Twilight for a nice stagger onto the enemies in Yada, but it's still 4:18 here on the clock with RunAway just shy of point C. This is complete domination.
And I just feel like there's a lot more argument for Lucio rather than the Mercy here for the Fox's composition. Mercy just isn't able to really do much except power pump. Comes the
EMP out from Sasan, tosses that one in, they will find Slime. RunAway, they can just play this one as patiently as they want to, but now that they have the pick there onto Pumple and Stan, they might just charge right back forward to look for the finish. See, Dora trying to get some work done, manages to kill off Twilight. That recall, and Huxall, bit of an air blade, will get taken down by Need, so that will halt them a bit.
Really good EMP there by Sashin to really shut down RunAway's aggressive push. Dragon Blade wasted, like you said. This is very annoying for RunAway. All the ult advantage and all the momentum they had is completely taken away here. Overwatch's got the Valkyrie now. We'll see if he makes a switch after using this one. He's going to give them so much sustainability when the Valkyrie alone is available. If he gets picked by Stitch, though, sneaking around the back line.
Yeah, forces out the recall instantly there. On a Stitch, he's looking for that pulse bomb, throws it down, didn't find the stick, but Stan's still going to get knocked out of the mech all the same. RunAway tries to finish this one here. With around 3 minutes left on the clock. They go forward, finish off that baby D.Va. Dora going low, forces out the recall. He's looking for a major pulse bomb here to shut down this push from the side of RunAway. Getting Stitch off the bat is going to be a decent way to open that up here for his squad. Throws that pulse bomb in, finds the stick. Janu knocked out of the mag. Can't do much here. Finds that, but now Primal Rage Blizzard comes through from Bumper, just smacking around everybody that he possibly can.
This
but
isn't very
the Transcendence to help keep him alive. Huxall comes in, EMP comes down, the rest of RunAway now joining back in, and Stitch drops over to the McCree to look to finish this one out. Hack comes in on to Stan, trying to deny him that remake there from that self-destruct should he feel the need to use it. Another hack comes in right as he was trying to go up.
He wanted to use it.
Cannot use it, but he's still going to be in the mech. Needs to get popped out right here, right now. Managed to find it. Now hack in onto Huxall. Jump back from Sauce and keeps himself alive. Cart inching forward, just a couple meters left to go, and Pumple will leap back in. Primal Rage popped out for him, but Stitch is just fired away. They cut him down. Deadeye comes through to try to find the remaining members here of Foxes, trying to stop them, negate them back. We'll get a Dora there right at the end. It's a nice little prize, but huge push coming in from RunAway. Complete domination.
Domination indeed, and this series, I thought it was going to be a close one. It's a great map for the style of the Foxes. They have Overwatch with this Mercy on attack, is Autumn fantastic on defense, but RunAway is just on another level tonight. Huxall is finding the mark with all of these dashes, the left click kills he's got here. Dragon Blade's hit or miss for him a little bit tonight, but in terms of what he's been able to do, just standard Genji dive has been so well executed. The last push there was a little bit off for RunAway. They came in a little bit sloppy, but the EMP coming through actually meant that they were able to prevent Stand 1 from ever using that self-destruct. It was insane, the focus fire there for RunAway to make sure he couldn't use that. If he did, they would have stepped off the point, probably would have actually been able to regain control of the map. They didn't. It didn't happen because the focus fire was there for RunAway, but this has been a rough start to this map that they're so strong on. The Foxes, Operuchi's now going to be on the attack. He's going to have the ability to power up some of Adora's Dragon Blades, but living up to what Huxall just accomplished, Blades or no, is no easy task here. I was watching a lot of what we were seeing from Operuchi there on that last defense with the Mercy. I was wondering, why is he still running this after he uses Valkyrie? He just keeps holding on to it. He was really just trying to keep the tanks alive and res them when they died, because the focus fire from RunAway has been on the tanks all the time, so they're trying to counter that strategy. Keep the tanks alive by pocketing them, rezzing them when they die to try to be efficient in terms of time, especially when you're at the end, when you have those long runbacks for RunAway, but yeah, he wasn't even picked. It was fairly successul, but not successful enough once the hacks were coming through. It's going to be Sashin on the far this time on Numbani. We didn't see it on Lijiang like we're accustomed to, and they're not going to be running Adora on the Genji, so actually more of just poke here with Sashin on this far, hoping that RunAway will be playing defensive dive with no hit scan.
Oh, Sashin, get ripped apart there, but Huxall, some damage traded back onto him, so he goes ahead and jumps away. No Ana. Yeah, Slime's going to have to be very on point here with his positioning. Stitch now going to get a shot there to the face, but the hack comes in onto Sassin, so he's going to hit the ground still. Has a nice angle, ripping apart Janu, nearly gets the finish there onto Bumper. The first tick has come through for the side of the Foxes. RunAway still all 6 members alive. Going to be looking to delay this one here, but so far looking to give up those first 2 ticks. Into the back goes Sassin, looking for the hits here onto Twilight. He'll get focus fired, they take him out.
They still don't have any long-range damage here, and look at that, another shot to the face onto Slime. No way they could really contest this without that long-range damage. Huxall nearly getting that first pick was the only chance they had. It didn't happen. They come through and take this. I think that they expected the Junkrat defense we've seen so much from RunAway, but they didn't get it. Instead, they just got standard defensive dive with the Sombra Tracer, and that's not good enough to deal with the Pharah. Either way, it wasn't the comp they were hoping to face, but it was one that was weak against the Pharah Mercy. Foxes have an ult advantage now and a great time bank. Stitch switching over this McCree because he doesn't want this Pharah Mercy to continue to rain hell on them. That is what has been happening thus far. So let's see what he can do with this McCree switch.
Oh, for now, finds that first opening shot there on the top. He's tucking him down regularly, really making Overwatch have to force out the damage, but Stan goes forward, manages to get rid of that McCree, and Saucin really has the barrage ready to go. Just for an angle, goes low. Pocket comes back in from the Mercy, finds Slime actually sitting still there for a moment with the Valkyrie.
Really nice control here from Slime.
Barely manages to stay alive. He'll get taken down by Adora in the end as the hack comes down on Assassin, but yet again, not going to be focus fired down, so the Pharaoh will be able to stick around, flies in the skies for another day, and you can see he's still holding on to that barrage.
Yeah, he is. He wants to wait for a moment where he can get big value when the Diva is D-maxed. It's the moment he's looking for as Adora's trying to find Stitch, getting it back into position here. Doesn't actually have the opportunity to do so. And this is just pushing cart right now. They have so many ults, RunAway does, but they need to utilize them. Here comes Hoxel.
Jumping down, goes low, EMP comes out, and right as that barrage comes in, Saucin's gonna hit the ground. The capitalization from the side of RunAway isn't really there. They're still holding this cart 3.54 meters away. Need to get that rollback to start to come through. Flashbang, not gonna get the connection. Deadeye comes out from Stitch, but Need from the flank cuts him down. Janu goes forward, does steamroll that Zenyatta. But the damage has been done. RunAway losing out quite a many few ultimates there. Struck in, Remat comes in from Stan, Pummel goes forward, pops the Primal Rage. Is just trying to focus down Bumper here with the rest of his team. Twilight firing off from the side, trying to use these forms of harmony to keep them alive into the fight, but Pummel with that ultimate is just too much pressure. He'll go down, Adora gets rid of Janu. No tanks in here for the side of RunAway, and now they lose out on the Stitch as he swaps over to the Soldier 76. Foxes looking to finish this here on the beat and still have a very significant time bank, 4:44 here on the clock for these guys.
I really like what RunAway was able to do though with this. They bought a lot of time. They contested that point super hard, but did they go too far is the question. Stitch even switched to the Soldier because he wanted to rush back onto that point for a contest. Switching back now to that McCree. Gonna take a really defensive stance here. Hoxel holds onto this EMP. This is the most valuable location on this map for the EMP. Foxes are looking for this push through. They still don't have long range hit scan actually now that Stitch has switched back to the Tracer.
Yeah, he's on that one yet again. EMP comes in here from Hoxel as they look for the kills. They'll go forward and actually Stitch is the first one to fall. Saucin still managed to find the hits, and now it's going to be Bumper going down. This has gone completely sideways for the side of RunAway. 3 members left alive. Twilight does have that Transcendence, but wasn't in a position to utilize that to help keep them alive, and now it's going to be Foxes charging forward here with a payload. RunAway,
no switches
might
either.
Be giving away a superior push.
Looks like it. There's no switches here. Hoxel, the only real person who can knock this far out of the sky. Twilight, I suppose, you know, if he can connect with his orbs, but he's just not so far. He gets found here.
Gets into the front. That's going to be the Transcendence coming down. They'll charge right forward. And Stitch is actually able to pick that one up. Now he goes into the back looking for the Zenyatta. Doesn't find it. Instead, just opts to stay alive and maintain control over the cart. 4.13 meters is all that is left here. Foxes still very well could finish Numbani with a superior time bank. Pulse bomb's ready. No one's paying attention to Stitch. That's just going to be Stan getting knocked out of the mech. They can delay that kill onto the Baby Diva.
Keeps the pulse too. Looking for this kill here onto Overwatch. Finds him.
That's worth it. Stitch goes down, but that is so worth it.
Way longer run back for Foxes. They make the switch of Saucin onto the Sombra, which makes sense given that he wasted that barrage. That was totally silly how he used it into the Transcendence and died, but he just wanted to make the switch onto this very strong Sombra, but because this push was halted so effectively by Stitch, he's going to be a long, long way away from that EMP they're looking to try to finish this point with, and I think it's going to take them too long to have a superior time bank now.
There we go, that's going to be the EMP out from Hoxel, and Need goes down. That's exactly the focus fire that RunAway was lacking in the initial fights. Hoxel get traded out, but it doesn't really matter. It's still 3 members dead on the side of Foxes, basically 4 because Stan is in pilot form. Bumper trying to hunt down, will go low, has the leap though, can he make it back over here safely to his teammates? Seems like Foxes can still finish, but they will not have as strong of a time bank here as RunAway.
Yeah, this is the big problem, right? They wanted to make the Saucin switch over to the Sombra. They got greedy, they kept him on it for a long time. It was a long time coming to make this switch. But because it's so late, they don't have the time advantage now. It's a disadvantage if they finish. Saucin just trying to grind up that pulse bomb right now, or sorry, the EMP, excuse me. Just trying to farm it on the tank so he can look for an opening pick.
Sauce's going low. EMP is ready, and the sound barrier comes down. Shuts down a couple of those shields there onto Bumper and Janu. Deleting those ones away, but still not going to be finding the kills yet. Dueling Zenyatta's in onto the cart as those Transcendences come down from both sides, and that Pulse Bomb doesn't find much from the side of Stitch. But the Diva Bomb takes down Need, but it's just a trade out as Twilight falls as well. But Foxes, their tank line has been shattered. Pumple's dead. Stan, he's in pilot form. And now it's going to be RunAway looking for these staggered kills yet again, chasing in, looking for Need, looking for Overwatch. They'll get the Zenyatta. Can they get the Mercy? The answer is going to be no. Stitch with a very well-timed recall takes himself out of there right as he gets hacked. But now Foxes are going to be backs up against the wall with a minute remaining.
The EMP just was not good enough. They used their support ultimates even more efficiently than RunAway did, deleting part of the barriers from Slime, forcing out the early Transcendence there with the EMP, but didn't do as much as they were looking for. Now they have to go through this EMP.
Yeah, another one comes in. The tanks yet again just ripped apart. No way for Overwatch to get in near enough to pop down that res. Bumper picks up the health pack going in, looking for some extra kills. Finds 2 off the leap. Need and Sauce goes down. Let's make it a triple. Overwatch will die. That's the team wipe in the end with 35 on the clock. Foxes might just get held here right at the last game.
They're going to need this Transcendence or the EMP. The Transcendence, if Need gets a big right click, if he can finish it off, they'll be able to force the EMP, but it's still going to be sloppy whichever way you slice it here. Ult advantage to RunAway. They have sound barrier as well, almost ready. By the time the EMP's up, it will be. Stitch looking for a backline pick, slowing this down. They've got to get onto the card.
Trying to make their way back in there. Janu going low, and Bumper is dead. Pulse comes in. They're going to get him out of the mech, and he's 98% of the way to that self-destruct. If he swaps, he's going to lose all that ult charge. They're charging. Twilight's coming in. Transcendence has been used. Stitch not finding anything there with a pulse, and Pumple will fall. EMP out from Saucin, looking for the healers. They manage to get Slime. Twilight's dead. Diva Bomb comes in. Now they're pushing forward with OT, and RunAway, they suffer a team wipe. Janu comes back through, throws up that mech, looking for the pickoffs, but can't make it back in. He gets taken down. They'll get the completion in OT, but RunAway, they have the 204 in the time bank. They're looking good.
Let's not forget that this is essentially a 5-minute hold they were able to pull off, because the huge time bank that came through, they were unwilling to really switch until very late to deal with the Pharah Mercy. They did switch Stitch over, but he underperformed on the McCree. They weren't able to get the kills on the Pharah Mercy. They were kind of composition countered by the Foxes, who are running something they never run on this map. They always run the Genji Mercy. They ran the Pharah Mercy instead. It really confused RunAway, so they got a huge time bank. But when it came down to the final point where they just couldn't have that advantage, when it became dive versus dive, Foxes, they had such a great season in terms of dive, but the coordination and the focus fire, the targeting coming through from RunAway has been better. Going back to the stand one, shut down there on the Diva mech when they were coming through with Hawksalt, consistently hacking them to prevent the self-destructs for that last fight when it came to just bending there. Getting the backline picks with Stitch, targeting down the tank line when Pumple was coming in to start the dives there, start the EMP fights for the Foxes. In that moment, in that zone, that is the best place you're going to see RunAway's style come to life at the end of the map at point 3. So Foxes now have to 2-minute and 4-second full hold this. It'll be a long one here as Hawksal's going back to the Genji. They had so much success. Was able to get that opening pick to get a first attack grab on point A.
Real surprise on this one. If they lose Overwatch, that's probably it here for Foxes. RunAway trying to get the hits in here on Assassin. It's being pretty elusive so far. Hawksall going to be boosted up now, needs to be healed. It's a couple of hits in, but overall is being saved off for the moment. Points opened up, they're in onto it. Foxes have to pile in. It's going to be Stan leading the charge, but he's going to get knocked out of the mech. And now it's going to be Pumple as well, getting eliminated. That might have just been the victory right here for the side of RunAway as they jump back in. The healers can't get through. Bio Grenade does connect in onto Janu. They'll knock him out of the mech in the end, but Adora is dead. There's no delay tactics left available, and RunAway will move up 2-0 here in this series. 1 map win away from securing their first place spot in the playoffs.
RunAway just having such great control of dive. That last fight we just saw on point A where they were able to split Foxes in half was because Bumper came in there and actually forced the Diva to respawn. We saw the missiles used very early in that fight. Actually, a lot of them crashing into the barrier of Bumper, so it didn't really do anything. A bio grenade came down. It was pretty well placed to keep the tanks alive from Foxes, but after that, Huxell just harassing so much meant that the healers needed to be supported by the D.Va, so they split the tanks in half, and they were able to just collapse down onto stand one and kill him, win the fight there, win the point. The last person to die being the Tracer, Adora, who bought a lot of time, but it didn't matter because the rest of the team was just totally crushed. It was really cool. They cut the team in half like a knife through butter there. Just some really good control of the tanks, while Huxell was always threatening with the Genji. He wasn't the carry of that fight, but the fact that he was there meant they had to move their tanks accordingly to keep the supports alive. And RunAway just looking really good tonight, going back to old school Tracer Genji on the attack.
Yeah.
Not trying anything special, not trying anything weird, trying to perhaps hide some strategies for playoffs, but what's worked for them throughout Korean Overwatch history is working for them tonight.
I mean, we already had a record-breaking series as far as speed is concerned from our first one there with Kongdu's 4-0. RunAway, if they keep up this level of play, maybe we just have 2-4-0-0 on the night and get out very early. It's already only 9:30 just about here. But we're going to go to a quick break, guys. When we come back, we'll have the second half of the series. RunAway currently 2 up.